Assalamu alaikum. I am name and my registration number is 000. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm here to discuss the critical aspects of IFRS 16, the lease accounting standard topic from subject financial accounting and corporate reporting. IFRS 16 is a new set of rules that govern how companies handle leases. It replaces an older standard called IAS 17. The idea behind IFRS 16 is to make lease accounting clearer and more transparent for investors and stakeholders. Its purpose uh, is that this standard applies to most leases across various industries, but there are some expectations and exemptions outlined in the standard. It aims to provide a consistent approach to lease accounting. The main goal of IFRS 16 is to enhance transparency in lease accounting by bringing leases onto the balance sheet. This provides stakeholders with a clearer view of company's financial position. Under IFRS 16, leases are now recognized as assets and liabilities on balance sheet. This means companies have to show their leases differently than before, which can impact their financial statements. Previously, leases were classified as either operating or finance leases. With IFRS 16, this distinction is removed, and all leases are treated the same way on the balance sheet. IFRS 16 introduces enhanced disclosure requirements, ensuring that stakeholders have access to comprehensive lease information. This includes detail about lease terms, payments, and risks. IFRS 16 defines the lease based on control and economic benefits. If a company controls the use of an asset and receives economic benefits from it, it's considered a lease. The standard requires the recognition and measurement of lease assets and liabilities on balance sheet. This involves identifying lease components and wiring them initially. After subsequent recognition, companies need to reassess and modify these terms as necessary. This ensures that lease information remains accurate over time. Companies need to identify which contracts are leases and which ones are not. This involves looking at the terms of contract and determining if it meets the definition of lease. There are different methods companies can choose to transition to IFRS 16, such as full retrospective or modified retrospective. This determines how companies apply that standard to their existing leases. Companies may need to adjust their accounting systems and process to handle the new lease accounting requirements. This could involve updating software or providing training to employees. Balance, uh, balance sheet presentations under IFRS 16, leases are recognized as assets and liabilities on balance sheet. This changes how companies report their financial position and affects ratios like debt to equity. In income statement presentation, the standard impacts the income statement by requiring the depreciation of right of use of assets and recognition of interest expense on lease liabilities. And in cash flow statement, IFRS 16 affects the cash flow statement by separating operating and financing cash flows related to leases. This provides more transparency in cash flow reporting. Let's move to our next slide, named Challenges and Solutions. Managing lease data can be challenging, especially for companies with a large number of leases. Companies need robust systems in place to gather the validate lease information effectively. IFRS 16 requires companies to reassess and modify these terms as necessary. This can be complex and requires careful consideration of the accounting treatment. Companies need to ensure that their staff needed to understand the requirement of IFRS 16 and are trained to apply them effectively. This involves providing comprehensive training and education programs. And here in next slide, we'll discuss about compliance with regulatory landscape. Regulatory bodies enforce compliance with IFRS 16 and may impose penalties for non-compliance. Companies need to ensure they understand and adhere to the requirements set out by these bodies. Companies need to comply with transition periods and deadlines set by regulatory bodies for adopting IFRS 16. This ensures a smooth transition to the new standard. IFRS 16 introduces enhanced disclosure requirements, ensuring that stakeholders have access to comprehensive lease information. This includes detail about lease term, payments, and risk. And here, the last one, the conclusion. In summary, IFRS 16 is a significant change in lease accounting that aims to enhance transparency and provide stakeholders with a clear view of companies' financial position. Looking ahead, companies need to continue monitoring development in lease accounting standard and adapt to any changes that may arise. This ensures ongoing compliance and transparency in lease reporting. Thank you.